We're going to go back to the latest in Ukraine. Shipments of grain have resumed from Ukrainian ports. We want to cross back to our correspondent, our Kyiv correspondent, Gulliver Cragg. So, Gulliver, we know that the shipments have resumed. What's the latest? What can you tell us?
As I understand it, 7 ships set sail today from Ukrainian ports. This after Ukraine essentially called Russia's bluff in conjunction with Turkey and the United Nations, which brokered the original deal. Ukraine decided to send 16 ships across the Black Sea from its ports towards the Bosphorus on Monday, despite the fact that on Saturday Russia had said it was withdrawing from the deal and would not guarantee those ships' safety. Those ships did make it safely through to Turkish waters, and then on Wednesday we had the announcement that Russia was now back in the deal and had received security guarantees from Ukraine. We don't really think those security guarantees are the reason. We think it's more likely to do with the fact that they just sent the ships anyway and proved that Russia wasn't going to actually sink the ships, plus pressure from Turkey. But the question is, will Russia allow the deal to operate smoothly from now on? Because since the 18th of September, actually, Ukrainian observers say that the average waiting time for Russian inspections of ships bound for Ukrainian ports to pick up grain under the terms of the deal multiplied by 5 times on average. That obviously multiplies the shipping costs enormously, caused a huge backlog of ships in the Bosphorus, and so Ukrainian side was already really ringing the alarm bells about this deal, saying that Russia was using these extra delays to put pressure perhaps on the international community or on Ukraine, perhaps trying to wring some kind of concessions before the deal comes up for renewal on the 19th of November. And that's, of course, the other question. Will Russia agree to the deal being renewed after it comes to its end on the 19th of November?
Well, and Gulliver, meanwhile, we've been following developments in the key region of Kherson in the south. What's the latest there?
Well, there are a lot of rumors today about Russian flags being removed from certain administrative buildings in Kherson, from checkpoints, Russian troops no longer being visible at checkpoints around the city, perhaps moving to other places. It seems like something's going on, but no one's really sure what, whether they're just regrouping or whether this is some kind of a more concerted withdrawal. We don't know. The actual front line, though, is at its closest to Kherson, some 25 kilometers away. That's between Kherson and Mykolaiv, which is the Ukrainian-held town, the nearest to big Ukrainian-held city to Ukraine, to Kherson itself. But further away in the northeasterly direction, there's a whole swathe of Kherson region which is still occupied by Russian forces, even on the right bank of the Dnipro River. The front line in the easterly, northeasterly direction is in some places more than 100 kilometers away from Kherson city.
Okay, our Kyiv correspondent Gulliver Cragg. Gulliver, thanks as always.